Have you ever wondered what would happen if bees disappeared from our planet? Bees may seem small and easy to overlook, but they play a vital role in our environment and food supply. The humble bee is responsible for pollinating many of the plants that feed us and support diverse ecosystems. Today, let's explore how the loss of bees would affect nature and life as we know it. The loss of bees wouldn't just impact wild nature, it would threaten our food supply and economy. Farmers depend on bees for healthy crops and successful harvests. Fewer bees mean lower yields, higher food prices, and reduced quality of products. People who rely on farming for their livelihood could lose jobs, and entire communities might face hardship if the bee population collapses. Bees are disappearing due to five major threats: habitat destruction, pesticide use, pollution, disease, and climate change. Urban growth pushes out wildflowers and nesting areas. Monoculture farming limits the diet diversity bees need. Chemicals like neonicotinoids disrupt bees' brains and poison their food. Pollution from factories and vehicles contaminates bee habitats, while invasive disease and parasite outbreaks are harder to resist when bees are stressed. Finally, rising temperatures change blooming schedules, leaving bees without food when they need it most. What can we do? Many steps can halt and reverse bee decline. Planting wildflowers, reducing or banning harmful pesticides, supporting organic farming, and creating bee-friendly gardens all help. Protecting green spaces in cities and countryside gives bees safe homes. Raising awareness and supporting responsible beekeeping ensures local populations can thrive. By working together, we secure the future for bees, our food, and our planet. Bees are small, but their impact is vast and essential. If we lose bees, we risk empty fields, hungry people, and fragile ecosystems. By understanding the crisis, taking real action, and valuing these buzzing pollinators, we empower nature to flourish and secure our own well-being for generations to come. Today we stand at a crossroads. The disappearance of bees is no longer just a scientific or agricultural concern, it is an urgent planetary crisis. Losing bees means far more than empty gardens. It threatens ecosystem stability, food security, and biodiversity at every level. Bees have quietly helped build the world as we know it, pollinating over one-third of the global crops that feed humanity and livestock alike. Their decline signals a future where food shortages, rising prices, and loss of dietary diversity would become all too common. Consider the ripple effects beyond our farms and orchards. As bees vanish, so does the range and number of flowering plants, a vital foundation for countless species. Pollinator-dependent plants are central to soil health, water regulation, and the structure of natural habitats. Without pollination, soils erode, floods become routine, and the resilience of entire ecosystems weakens. For animals, fewer plants mean less food, shelter, and nesting places, pushing some to the brink of extinction and igniting competition throughout the food chain. We must recognize that it is not just farms, but also wild places and even urban parks that depend on bees. Their loss means the collapse of wildflowers, native plants, and all the interconnected life they support. Meanwhile, the economic damage is substantial. Billions of dollars in food production and thousands of livelihoods lost worldwide. Jobs in agriculture, beekeeping, food industries, and many more would be threatened. Some might ask whether we can simply rely on other pollinators to replace bees. Experts warn this is not the case. Birds and bats, while important, pollinate only a tiny fraction of commercial crops, far less efficiently than bees do. Artificial pollination, aside from being extraordinarily expensive, cannot mimic the breadth and quality of natural pollination by bees. Why are we facing this crisis? Bees have been squeezed out by habitat loss, invasive pesticides, monoculture farming, pollution, and the rapidly changing climate. Solutions do exist, and there is hope. Many regions have banned harmful chemicals, innovated new mite control methods, and started campaigns to restore native habitats and wildflowers. Even individual choices, choosing bee-friendly plants, reducing chemical use, and supporting local sustainable agriculture, help. These are steps each of us can take to halt the decline. Ultimately, safeguarding bees is more than a conservation issue. It is a commitment to protecting food, nature, and life itself. Each flower pollinated, each field buzzing with life, represents hope for our planet. By acting boldly together, we can restore bee populations and secure the web of life for generations to come.